on to Florida. And Florida began training with Juntos in 2016. 81% of the Latinx population in Florida speaks another language aside from English in their home. And it is the only place in the world where alligators and crocodiles coexist in the Everglades National Park. I'll let Laura, Noel, and Vanessa take it away.
Hi, everybody. My name is Laura Valencia. I'm the Osceola County 4-H agent, and also with us is Noel and Vanessa Sparrow on the call. I want to also acknowledge my new program assistant or coordinator, Marta Bain. She's new to this, so I'm super glad that she's joining us, and she's super excited with learning about what all the states are doing. Next slide. So I wanted to share these two pictures. This happened in 2018, and the Kissimmee Middle School picture happened in 2019. The first one was actually a graffiti that normally for Latinos, that is a no, not to do, you can get in trouble. But this is a place where we actually took our Juntos group, and it's a shared space where they can go and share their creativity without getting in trouble. This was part of Summer Academy. And this was one of the activities that we did with our youth where they really were very, very creative. They get to sign the wall and all that. So that was pretty neat. And that actually happened in Orange County. The next slide was one of our kickoff event. Actually, if it was not the first one, where we have about 150 people attending. It was a big event. And when we talk about challenges, and actually we did a training last year where we have people from Indiana, Illinois, and I can't remember what other state came in, but they had the opportunity to attend one of our kickoff. Next slide. So I began with the Juntos program in 2017. I know they mentioned 2016, and the reason of that is because our colleague Elver Pardo was the one that piloted the Juntos program at a Stonewall Jackson Middle School in Orange County. All the components were offered. We were part of the New York Life and National 4-H Council grant. So he had the opportunity to start the program and offer all the components. In 2018, it moved to Osceola County. That's where it started in Kissimmee Middle School. And the reason of this was because there was a large need. Puerto Rico has just been through basically 2 natural disasters. So there was a need for the program of Juntos to be offered to the large influx of Puerto Ricans coming to our county. The program assistant was able to provide success coaching with all our members. One thing that we did different when the New York Life grant finished, we were able to secure some funding from the Florida 4-H Foundation to be able to provide at least 2 components of the Juntos program, and those were the family engagement and the 4-H club. Now, we were not able to do a summer academy like in previous years. However, we do have some scholarships that were offered to some of our participants to attend some of our 4-H state events. So we were kind of like to compensate that summer academy component. We did 4-H University, and again, they were able to attend by applying to some of the 4-H University, where they had the same experience of having that college experience. We serve 8th graders. However, we have some 7th graders that were able to take advanced classes. So even though they were in 7th grade, they were part of the 8th grade group. So that's why we were able to serve them. Future plans, like I mentioned, we do not have a large funding like in the past, but we were able to secure some funds for a coordinator and to offer family engagement and also the 4-H club. One of the things that I want to mention that we do with the 4-H club is we provide healthy living, and one of the key components that we utilize is soccer, and also we offer nutrition. We also do financial management, and we also are looking into doing some entrepreneurship. Unfortunately, because of COVID, we have to stop the entrepreneurship program. And the reason everybody was like, why entrepreneurship? And I don't know if you're familiar with the mercados, but the Latino families are always selling their arepas, their pasteles, tamales. So I think it was a great opportunity for them to, if they do have a business at home, how can they, not only them, but it was also a family business. Another cool thing that we have in our state, we have something called Gator Pit, which is kind of like the Shark Tank of Florida. We call it Gator Pit. So our goal is to have some of our Juntos participants to actually join Gator Pit in the future. And next slide. I'm gonna have Noelle take it away.
Hello everyone, my name is Noelle Guay and I am the 4-H agent in Palm Beach County. And like Laura said, I came into the Juntos program in 2018. We had a little bit of funding from our National 4-H Foundation to start our Juntos program, and I really saw the immense value in it and how it could potentially and realistically really impact the youth of Palm Beach County. In 2019, we finally got our first Juntos program off the ground at Okehili Middle School, which is an international Spanish academy. So we were really excited, and we had great support from the administration at the school as well as the principal, and it was very well received. We were making great progress with our 3 leadership staff, including Piret Burgos Ferrer, who is from Puerto Rico. She is a teacher at Okehili Middle School. Ms. Mavet Hernandez Lorenzo, who is one of our 4-H staff members, and Jose Baca, who is our 4-H intern. And he's also a young man who grew up in 4-H. He is an alumni of 4-H. He just navigated the higher education system and graduating with his bachelor's degree from Florida Atlantic University. And we're excited to announce that he was just accepted into their master's program. So he has been a great resource for our youth and our parents, and specifically he works with the parents to help them understand that it is possible. He came over from Honduras with his younger brother by themselves, and now he is definitely one of the smartest individuals that I know, and he is making great progress at Florida Atlantic University and is excited to give back to the youth of his community here in Palm Beach County. Next slide, please. So we are 28 youth members and families and growing. We started in person in January of 2019. We did hit a big snag with our lovely friend COVID-19, but that hasn't stopped us from really continuing to engage our families within our Juntos program. So the main thing we saw starting up with the new 4-H year and over the summer was we wanted to get input from our families as to what their needs were with regard to COVID and the upcoming school year. And what we heard across the board was that youth and their families were not comfortable accessing the virtual classrooms in order to learn virtually and through distance learning. So we have set up, it's called a YAP app group, where they can all connect together, they can talk, we've posted resources, they're navigating the system with our help and with the help of each other in creating that Juntos community within Palm Beach County. So our youth are gaining more success in navigating these virtual learning sessions. We're also making sure that we're doing some supplemental fun activities with the help of Piret and Mavet and Jose in order to making sure that when we can get back into the schools, hopefully in the spring, when we are keeping our fingers crossed, our schools are starting back slowly, not 100%. So we are already building up that program with our 8th graders and hoping to continue to build out as we continue through 2021. Next slide. So we are excited to expand Juntos as well. So when our funding ended, like Laura said, we are only doing 2 components of Juntos. We are doing the family engagement component as well as the 4-H club. I was able to work with my county because I saw the great value in what Juntos had to offer in order to secure funding through our 4-H endowment to support the Juntos club on a permanent basis. So we are actually made a great connection with John I. Leonard High School, which is the feeder school from Oge-Healy Middle School. And a guidance counselor there is excited to start a high school Juntos club to allow those youth who are graduating from Oge-Healy into John I. Leonard to be able to continue that connection, that group, that 4-H club, to help them build out and gain that academic success. We also connected with the Florida Farm Worker Coordinating Council of Palm Beach County here in Lake Worth. We've got them engaged in 4-H, and we hope in the coming months, once COVID kind of steers away from us here in Palm Beach County, we'll continue to start a club there as well and engage their middle school 8th grade youth in Juntos as well. And I believe that's all we have for Florida. Unless Vanessa, you want to add anything?
I don't have anything to add. I kind of started as the PI on the grant, but honestly, Laura and Noelle are the workhorses and have really taken it out into the communities. I just try to keep the funding going however I can to keep them doing this amazing work.
Thank you so much, Florida, for sharing with us today.